And looks like we've still got some people checking in here. So, anyways, we'll go ahead and get started because I know it's late for those of us here on the East Coast. As you know, our topic tonight is a look at Contest University 2012 with Professor Tim Duffy, K3LR, and Tim, as I guess most of you know, is the main drive behind Contest University, and so he's joining us this evening to give us a look at activities coming up this year at Dayton. So, Tim, go ahead and take it. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Ken. Good evening, everybody, and also hello to the DX that we have online. Thanks again to Ken, K4ZW, and the Potomac Valley Radio Club for hosting this webinar series, and we're proud to be giving the Contest University update for 2012. This is traditionally our kickoff for the various Contest Universities that are run throughout the world, and it looks like we'll have 6 of them this year, adding another location here in 2012. So we'll move forward with this presentation, focusing on the Dayton Contest University, and returning professors this year. Doug Grant is a professor emeritus, and actually Doug will be holding some office hours and doing some one-on-ones with Contest University attendees this year on various subjects of contesting. So that's a new feature that we have going on this year. Of course, Ed Munns, W0YK, who heads up the CQ RTTY contests, will be speaking on RTTY again, and is in the process of revising his presentations. There are 3 RTTY presentations, so it's very in-depth. Frank Donovan, W3LPL, who's been a long-time supporter of Contest University, and given many talks at Contest University as well as other Dayton functions, and is a wealth of knowledge in a lot of subject areas, will again be speaking this year. Greg Wardy, W8WWV, who has a very good website with a lot of details on antennas and various antenna type technology, and of course was a big contributor to the new ARRL antenna book, as well as the 5th edition of the ON4 UN low band DXing book. So he'll be back talking this year. Rob Sherwood, NC0B, will give his 2012 radio update. Bob Wilson is back on the team, as is Joel Harrison, W5ZN. And you know, every year to make sure that we not only keep the content fresh, but also invite other new professors in, N6TR, K7NV, K3NA, W5WZ, Ramon, XE1KK, and Ira, K2RD, are all joining the staff this year. So we look forward to their presentations. I'm very pleased that the CTU Board of Directors with Ray Novak and John Doerr and Doug Grant continue to be active and support CTU and give me the guidance to make sure that we're doing things to keep CTU new, fresh, and trying to meet the needs of you know, the wide range of contesters that participate in these CTUs around the world. And really would not be possible to do the Dayton CTU without the support of Dave Zeff, W9ZRX, and Jerry, K1SO, Scott, W3TX, who really does a lot of work behind the scenes and also after CTU every year, and Christine, K1SFA. So these are the topics for the CTU at Dayton, and these are topics that we have seen in the past. We talked about Rob Sherwood's contest radio performance, and then the RTTY 3 sessions, as well as logging software. Bob Wilson will be giving that presentation this year. The CW Skimmer and Reverse Beacon Network, the latest information that available on those two important emerging and developing technologies will be also updated here for CTU Dayton 2012. Propagation, multiple sessions on antennas, some real focus on small station upgrades, station design. Of course, Joel Harrison with VHF contesting, and really focusing in on the fair play aspect that the CQ Worldwide Committee has embraced, and as well as the WWROF. So you'll hear more about that at CTU 2012. This is the registration table in front of the Super Suite, where on Wednesday evening you will come to pick up your registration materials at CTU Dayton. And new for CTU in Dayton is our talks, and most of these came from either emails that were sent to CTU, or they were part of the feedback forums from Dayton 2011. So, you know, focusing on contest preparations that will help you think about ways that you can enjoy contesting more and improve your scores. We're also going to focus on tower safety and things that you can do, whether you have a small tower or a large tower, to make sure that the tower, the antennas are safe, and that you are, you know, taking care of your outside antennas in a safe manner. A lot of discussion on the Tower Talk reflector, focused on contest performance and the trade-offs of feed lines, and so we'll be talking about that this year, as well as multi-operator strategies. I think that's something that whether if you're doing field day or you're doing a multi-op DX contest, or maybe in sweepstakes or in a QSO party, we're going to have a presentation there. Also, a lot of talk these days about short vertical receive antennas. So Greg Orty will W8WWV will be talking about those. Also, trying to make sure that your feed line stays a feed line, and looking at ways to properly choke and use balance. And new feature this year, talking about contest clubs and ways to either start a contest club or invigorate your existing contest club. And also, this was a topic from several years ago that we haven't had in a while, but there was request for some talk about contesting from outside the USA. And then one of the real scientists in the rotors and antenna survivability area, Kurt Andrus, K7NV, will be talking about rotors and antenna survival. So here's a shot of the opening session a few years ago, Contest University, and I think this is what we can expect for 2012. Right now, registrations actually are running ahead of where they were in 2011 this time. So I expect this to be a nice large crowd, and there's some new faces as well as some guys that have attended all the contest universities in Dayton, and lots of questions and answers. Here's one of my favorite students from years ago that attended Lee, KH6BZF. So we're going to continue with the small group breakout sessions. We will have some session repeats because we have 3, sometimes 4 classes going on simultaneous. That gives you a chance to get in and see a class that you might have missed because you were attending another subject area. CTU is on Facebook and Twitter, thanks to K1SFA. Wednesday night before CTU in Dayton, you pick up your CQ bag as well as all the materials, and we have a pizza party. Hotel reservations are through the Crowne Plaza in Dayton. As far as I know, the hotel is sold out for that night, but it's best if you don't have reservations and you want to stay there. You don't have to stay at that hotel, but if you want to stay there, to get on the waiting list. And traditionally, rooms do free up as we get closer to Dayton, so that'll give you an opportunity to maybe get into the Crowne Plaza. Of course, if you haven't done so already, there's the Contest University website. There are still scholarships for anybody who would like to attend who's 25 years old or less, and we do have sponsors signed up to fund those scholarships, so that's a great thing about Contest University. Of course, the contest dinner will be on Saturday night there during Dayton, and this is the 20th year of the contest dinner. The Super Suite details available at contestsupersuite.com, and last year started hosting the Top Band dinner, which is on Friday night, so you can get more details on the Friday night Top Band dinner, which also features Frank Donovan, W3LPL, as the keynote speaker at topbanddinner.com. So Contest University is held on May 17th. That's the Thursday before the Dayton Hamvention officially opens. And in mid-March, CTU Italy, they just opened their registration here a day or so ago. And if you are going to be in close to the site for CTU Italy, you can go to contestuniversityitaly.com, and Stefano, IK2QEI, and several other Italian contesters host CTU Italy. In late June, I believe Mitch, DJ0QN, will again provide the guidance to make CTU Germany happen. And in mid-July, I'm hoping that Ulm's PY5EG and the PY team continue to host CTU Brazil. We're planning with Marty, OH2BH, to have CTU Finland, and I believe that'll be in the July timeframe, but that's still in the planning stage, so stay tuned for that. And then early October, you'll see CTU UK at the RSGB HF convention, and Mark M0DXR heads up CTU UK. This is new this year for CTU Dayton registration. If you have given a talk or a presentation at an amateur radio contest about amateur radio contesting, and that talk can be given to any club or a hamfest or a a high school or grade school, as long as you're getting the word about amateur radio and amateur radio contesting out there, and you still have time to do this. If you do it before CTU this year, you qualify for a $10 registration fee discount. And this is the mission of Contest University, is not only for us to enjoy the Contest University Day, but it's also to spread the word and to make sure that we're doing our part to pass it along. So you figure if there's 240 or 250 of us that attend Dayton, that's a chance to maybe talk to groups of 10, 15, 20 people, and you can see how the math works of getting the word about contesting and amateur radio out in the field. So if you go to the registration page, you'll see where the registration fee discount is, and please make sure if you have signed up and you did not take the discount, but you will be giving a talk before CTU Dayton, just let me know, and we'll make sure that we credit the $10 back to you. But I think that it's a very important part of what CTU is all about, is making sure that we spread the word. could not make these CTUs happen, especially at Dayton, without so many people that and so many great companies that contribute not only monetarily but also their time and effort. ICOM America with Ray Novak is the lead sponsor. Of course, Dave W9ZRX, who does a lot of the behind-the-scenes work with registration and name tags and getting the DVD set. CQ Magazine, who contributes the bags every year, and Scott W3TX with the Super Bertha. DX Engineering has been a big part of sponsoring many things at CTU. INRAD with N5KO and AG9A are the owners at INRAD, and they've been very supportive and helpful with vouchers. KA9FOX and QTH.com that do not only the CTU websites but the website for all of the other evening events during Dayton. And then the Worldwide Radio Operators Foundation, which contributes a lot of guidance and also sponsoring several of the different CTU initiatives that we have. One of the other things that I want to make sure that we at least talk about on this webinar is that CTU is a staunch promoter of fair play in contesting, and according to the Contesters Code of Ethics, and you can find this Code of Ethics on the www.rof.org website. And these are just important things to remember, when you're talking to groups or even talking amongst your multi-ops and at field days, that it's important, because contesting is a very, the referees are you, and it's up to all of us to make sure that we're playing fair and playing by the rules for each and every contest, and obeying the rules for amateur radio in the country that we're operating in, and making sure that we're not, that once the contest is over, the log is also over, and there are no changes to the log by using additional data sources or correcting, log washing and doing those things are not in the spirit of fair play in contesting. And once it comes down to adjudication, that the scoring decisions of the sponsors are final, and the idea is to do your best, and your score is your score. And then also the DX Code of Conduct provides a lot of guidelines for how you operate on the air, and so adopting those guidelines in your operating style, I think, is important as well. And then always being sensitive, above all, to any frequency that you might be using that should be used by emergency communications activity. As you all are aware, at any given time something can happen around the world that may affect our ability to use various frequency segments on the amateur radio bands that would normally be a part of our contest operations. And then making sure that you operate your radio in such a fashion that the transmitter is properly adjusted, not overdriven, and not overly wide, whether it be on CW or on phone or on PSK31 or on RTTY, making sure that we're doing everything possible to be good neighbors and be good stewards of using the amateur radio bands. So with that, Ken, that's what we have for this evening, and we can open it up to questions.
Okay, very good. For anyone that has questions, it's pretty straightforward. There's a questions box. Just go ahead and pop your question in there. If you would, put your call sign at the end of it and hit send. I'll go ahead and pick it up and pass them to Tim. So if you've got anything, now's the time to do it. We do have one question that came in during the presentation, Tim, and it has to do with the skimmer and RBN presentation. Do you have anyone picked yet to give that presentation?
Yes, and I think It's Bob Wilson, N6TV, who has really been a follower of this technology and extremely knowledgeable in this technology since it started. So yes, I think N6TV will. He gave a presentation on the RBN and CW skimmer 2 years ago, and then N4ZR did it last year. So Bob will be back with a completely revised and up-to-date presentation. So I think it'll be a good one.
Okay, well, last call for any other questions. Looks like you maybe hit most of it here, Tim. I don't see anything else coming in, so we'll just drag our feet a bit. Let me just take a moment, too, to mention about upcoming webinars. I've been working with a number of people on several topics, and I think we've got some pretty neat stuff lined up. I'm not ready to announce it yet, but I would think in the next week or two we'll maybe have a schedule for the upcoming months on some pretty interesting topics, so I'll try to get those finalized during the next week or two and get the schedule out to everyone so we can get some more presentations going here. Let's see. Okay, from K7FLI, as a new contester, is the Dayton CTU aimed at experienced contesters, or is it valuable to newcomers as well?
I think it's very valuable to newcomers. There is a little bit of a fire hose effect, but we make sure that try to, somebody who's new to contesting and wants to soak up as much information as you can in a day's time, and realizing that, we kick this thing off first thing in the morning and run right until 5 o'clock. There is a lot of information, but I think talking to a lot of first-time attendees who are new contesters, there is a lot of information that's very valuable. And of course, you take away all the presentations and your notes, and you get the opportunity to talk one-on-one with not only the professors but also with fellow contesters. So I think K7FLI would find that it's very valuable being a new contester.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was going to mention too. There's a lot of valuable information there, but it's just being in that group. There's a lot of energy and a lot of excitement, and you pick up a lot of good stuff, and it's just a fun bunch to be with for the day. So, okay, Tim, well, it looks like that's it for questions. So if you have anything else, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll wrap this thing up. And
well, again, thanks to you, Ken, and the PVRC for hosting this webinar, and I expect that, about a few weeks before Dayton, we'll also do a Dayton kind of update to kind of go over all the contesting activities at Dayton. So we'll have that available as well. And, watch CQ Contest for updates on that webinar scheduling. And as always, if somebody has a question after we're done, they can go to the contestuniversity.com website and send us an email and ask us any questions, and we'll get back to them.
Okay, actually one question did come in, and it's a good one. As far as any plans to record or publish any presentations, I think you post the presentations on your webpage. Is that correct?
No, actually, last year, because you were there to do actual live webinars, we did have the opening and close sessions. So we had Doug Grant, K1DG's opening session on rules and ethics, and then also the NC0B Rob Sherwood presentation. Those were both recorded webinars that were recorded live there. Right now, I don't have any plans to do anything live or recording as far as a video at this point, but that may change. I've still got some things in the works, but right now we don't have anything firmed up.
Okay, very good. All right, well, that's it, folks. Thanks for joining us. Tim, as always, thanks for taking the time to put the presentation together and to be the real mainstay behind Contest University. It's a great thing for the hobby and the sport. So appreciate all the work you've done there. Thanks again for joining us. As I said, keep an eye on the reflectors. I'll have some announcements for upcoming webinars soon, and hope you can join us for those as well. 73s, everyone. Take care. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next time. So long. Bye-bye.